Yo, it's your boy, your brother, your friend, once again in the building. Check it out. Another video here from Tech Talk Faith Walk. And your host, your boy, Sean Bransfield. What's up? This video, I want to be real quick, somewhat brief, not too long. But I did want to jump into my story. Like, everybody likes a good story, right? Like, what brought me to the point of getting into tech, all right? So, years ago, back in maybe 2003, at that time I was dating my high school sweetheart, and she was at this trade school called Sanford Brown, right? It's like one of them schools that you go to to, take the class, you pay a ridiculous amount of money, and they don't really promise you much afterwards or whatever have you. And so anywho, she left her textbooks at the crib one day, and I'm like going through them. Now mind you, for the longest before that, I've always had an interest in wanting to know how computers worked, what was on the inside, how to finagle them, how they work, whatever have you. And so with that, I was like, yo, I'm flipping through the books. I'm like, okay, this is cool, this is dope. I'm like, it looks confusing, but I was reading and I felt like I was getting it, like it was clicking. Even though it still looked confusing, it felt like I was kind of getting it. It was clicking slowly, and I'm like, oh, this is dope. I'm like, but I always want to take the computer apart to figure out how it worked and see if I could put it back together. But at that time, I didn't have a computer, so I couldn't just go to the library and take their computers. I was like, all right. And then a few years ago, I was like, all right, let me go ahead and pull the trigger on doing something in the tech space, breaking into tech, as they say now. So I'm like, let me go ahead and break into tech, get this done. And so I started studying for my CompTIA A+. I'm like, cool. Took this online course, and through that, learned how to build a computer. My terminal that I have right now, I built that thing. I built that mug, and I built two more. So I built a total of 3 computers. So I now know how they work, the ins and outs. I'm like, bet, let's do tech. So I take the test for the CompTIA A+, do the proctored exam, failed it. Bam. All right, studied some more, took it again, failed it, bam. I'm like, dude, what is the deal? I get it, it's making sense. Now granted, my aptitude to pick things up is not as quick as other people's, but I'm like, but when I get it, I got it, I'm off to the races. So I don't know what it is about taking exams, so I'm like, I'm just not a good test taker. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and wait for a minute, cause taking the test and studying and failing the test twice, that kind of put a pin in my little balloon. I'm like, dude, what do I do? There's gotta be a way that I can get into tech while I'm waiting to get into tech, if that makes sense. All right, so now, fast forward a little bit further, I got this little gig, and got this newer job, and I'm like, all right, let's go ahead and do this. So I'm clicking through, and I'm like, I see this thing called Tech is the New Black. All right, bet. Dude, Cyrus Harbin. Cyrus, Cyrus, you tech guy, it's you. That's my Denzel, training day. But anywho, see Cyrus, I'm watching the video, and I'm like, I think he was interviewing a young lady named Tiffany. I think she was in the nursing field, and she flipped, got out of the nursing field, went into tech, bam, crushing it, 6 figures. I'm like, dude, that's what's up. Then, I go down that rabbit hole. I'm watching more Cyrus videos. I'm watching some more. I'm like, let's go. I'm like, there's a lot of people into tech. A lot of people look like me in the tech field. I'm like, let's go. So now watch Cyrus's story. There's power in a story. I'm like, bet. So I'm watching Cyrus's video. And so he's doing this thing. I'm like, dude, is an Uber driver and listening and taking in the content and listening and understanding and testing. Got the work, and bam, he's crushing it. 6 figures now. Now granted, I don't need 6 figures, but if it comes, I ain't gonna turn it down. So I'm like, okay, and he started talking about these tech boot camps. I'm like, cool, bet, let's look into it. I'm like, look, I ain't got 30K to drop on no tech boot camp. I ain't even got 5K to drop on a tech boot camp. But I'm like, I do have 500. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. So I go ahead and look into the CourseCareers. I'm like, bam, let's do CourseCareers. That's my lane, that's my sweet spot. That's my sweetheart right there. So I'm like, all right, let's go ahead and do it. So I look into it, and so I'm watching more Cyrus videos, but then I pivoted. I'm still watching Cyrus Tech is a New Black videos, but I'm also starting to watch more testimonial videos of CourseCareers students. I'm like, oh, this is dope. I'm like, all these folks doing CourseCareers? I'm like, wait a minute. Then my little spidey senses start going off. $500 course, getting into tech, breaking into tech. I'm like, did CourseCareers pay these people? Because I'm an actor, I do some acting, got like 3 films on Amazon Prime right now. It's one of my movie posters right there behind me. But anywho, I was like, yeah, that's smart. I'm like, yo, CourseCareers, bring your boy on. I act like I went through the course and act like I'm making 6 figures, like y'all got me, help me get the job, whatever have you. So I was like, all right, let me go ahead. And after watching so many, I think I watched at least 85% of testimony videos out there for CourseCareers. I'm like, bet. All right, I'm ready to pull the trigger. So from October to like early December, I was watching testimony videos all day at work. Even when I got home, I watched testimony videos. I'm like, all right, bet. And after a while, I'm like, all right, I'm looking, doing comparisons, CourseCareers, other tech boot camps, CourseCareers, other tech boot camps, CourseCareers. I'm like, okay, the decision's made. CourseCareers it is. So I'm like, cool. And in CourseCareers, there's 2 sides. There's a tech sales side, and then there's a information technology side, which I'm gonna go ahead and take the information technology one after I do the tech sales, because I'm like, I like variety. I like to be versatile. I like having tools in my tool belt like Batman to get stuff done, to do more stuff, to be, more important, I guess. Not important, but more valuable. Yeah, I want to be more valuable. So I went ahead and started CourseCareers, and I'm in the midst of the program. So I'm not done yet. The finish line is in sight. I'm at the home stretch. It's been great. Reading the books. If you're not a book reader, definitely pull up the audio version, because guess what? There's a Discord there's a Discord group, a community of people. New folks dropping in every single day. CourseCareers, I'm telling you, like, everybody's jumping on. Why? Because it's the easiest one. Like, okay, like I can break into tech without breaking the bank. If you're thinking about it after watching this video, stop thinking, just do it. Like Nike, just do it. And you're going to have your story. Yo, click the link below in the description and use my discount code to get that $50 off. And you can use that $50, take your family out to dinner, or your crew, or your friends, or whoever. Do it as a pre-celebratory dinner. Say, hey, we celebrating. Hey, what we celebrating? My pending victory, my pending pivot into tech due to, thanks in part to CourseCareers. That's what you do. And use that $50 discount, only pay $450. They even put you on a payment plan. You ain't gotta come up with the whole $450 in one drop. You can do $150 every 2 weeks until it's done. Just get it done. Walk by faith. Get it done, not by sight. January 17th, last month, I was sick. I was sick January 17th. I was sick January 18th. I was sick January 19th. I was like, all right, I'm going back to work on the 20th, no matter how I feel. I don't want to squander any more of my PTO. But this is where the kicker is. I was sick the 17th, 18th, sick, 19th. Get a couple calls, didn't get the calls, didn't register, I didn't see any missed calls because I'm like, I'm sick, I'm asleep, trying to recover, trying to get well, trying to take all this medicine. So they say, hey, one of my hives on at my department, it's like, hey, she shot me an email. She's like, give so-and-so a call. We asking critical information. I'm like, critical information? I'm like, how critical can it be? I'm like, I'm using paid time off because I'm sick, whatever have you. So I'm like, I get it. Call the individual. She says, hey, there's been an organizational restructure, and effective immediately, your position was eliminated. So everybody who had my position, kaput, you're gone. And I'm like, yo, I felt like Sandra Bullock. I'm like, that was The Blind Side. Boom, hit. And for a minute, I was like, oh, Lord, what am I gonna do? Like, Father. So I'm like praying, like, Lord, whatever this thing is, whatever it is, I know you're gonna see me through. And I'm like, yo, all the greats got a story. Cyrus has his story. Everybody out watching the tutorials, Ren Hawthorne, she has her story. Junaya, she has her story. Everybody that watched, they had their story. And I'm like, yo, Sean, this is just your story. Save your time, save your money, do CourseCareers, scratch all that, get it done sooner. While your friends is like, hey, second year university, third year university. You like, hey, I'm third year tech. I'm out banking you already. And it's only gonna get better. So pull the trigger, stop trying to decide, just do it. Be like Nike again, just do it. Click the link below, get to Course Careers, use my discount, get that $50 off. Again, click the subscribe button and the bell for every new video that I drop. Every Monday is coming a new video. So you already know, guys. Until next time, deuces.